at the Chase Sapphire first half statistic, very even in almost every category. 5 penalties for Clemson. That's a little bit unlike them, but you see the passing yardage almost dead even right now. And Todd, you know, coming into this, we thought James Spiller would have a sensational night. So far, he's been held in check with the exception of one 45-yard run. At the risk of sounding like a coach, I think the team that makes the least mistakes in the second half is going home with a W.
Yeah, well, I mean, then it's not just turnovers. I mean, Florida State had one more turnover than Clemson, but Clemson, a couple bad snaps. They missed an extra point. They missed a field goal. 5 penalties for 40 yards in the first half. That's what Clemson was averaging coming into the game.
And the one that killed him was a false start at about the 6-inch line. That prevented them from probably getting a touchdown. Chris Thompson on the kick return over the third quarter. And he's got a nice return out to about the 33-yard line. And we go out to Aaron Andrews.
Hey, Brad, I spoke with Bobby Bowden coming out of the half. He said the one thing he liked, his team is 3 points ahead. The stuff he didn't like, turnovers, penalties, right at the goal line. You know, something else he said was the defense has played so much better than he has seen in a very long time. But he said, look, we still have another half to play. I asked him, Coach, why is the defense playing better? And he said, well, you know, Aaron, when you played so bad for so long, you just don't know when you're going to play good again. And he goes, we finally did it. Now let's put another half together.
The honest answer. You got to love it. 80 years young tomorrow for Bobby Bowden. It's his birthday tomorrow. Christian Ponder down the middle and complete across midfield. And Taiwan Easterling's got a first down in Clemson territory.
Boy, really nice pass by Ponder. Almost didn't get it up high enough to get over Brandon May, the middle linebacker. You got to put some touch on this to get over the linebacker and just enough over the outstretched hands and into Easterling's arms.
So already at the 48-yard line of Clemson.
Ponder only missed 2 passes in that first half. Unfortunately, both misses went to guys wearing orange.
Everybody's catching them.
Yeah.
Just a matter of who's catching them. Thomas, he had a good first half as well. Got maybe 2. Christian Ponder had only 3 interceptions coming into this game, but turnovers, big part of the story. As this pass snatched out of the air by Clemson. And then one that Maxwell, we weren't quite sure where he was going with that one. A couple of receivers might have run the wrong route. And finally, the fumble that was recovered by Clemson. It really didn't do as much damage as far as the scoreboard as most times when you turn it over that often.
Well, the Clemson interception was returned for a touchdown.
Yeah. Ponder blitz. Nice throw. And down at the 41-yard line, Easterling again. So that's going to bring up third down and about 3. Taiwan Easterling, great story in that he tore his Achilles tendon back in February in off-season conditioning, and they didn't know if he would even come back and be able to play this year. He not only has come back and played, he's had 100-yard receiving games like the night he had against Georgia Tech. 2 big catches on this drive that's given his team a chance with a 3rd and 3 at the 41. Fortson in motion. Ponder's in trouble. And tips incomplete. Finally, somebody didn't catch one of his passes. First one that's hit the ground. President Butler did a nice job defensively on the corner.
Well, Cavell Connor was really putting some heat on Christian Ponder. Watch number 33 get right in beside the guard or the center's block, Ryan McMahon, and force Ponder to throw that before he wanted to. And then Butler there to knock it away.
First punt for Florida State. Sean Powell in, averaging just under 41 a kick. Jacoby Ford and C.J. Spiller are just chomping at the bit back there. Neither one of them is going to get their hands on this one. It goes all the way to the end zone. And that's probably about as safe as you can punt it with those 2 guys back there. Clemson's only had 3 big plays, really. Parker. That crossing pattern to Jacoby Ford. The touchdown to Dye. He had one to his tight end, and then Spiller, 45-yard run, but it didn't get to the end zone. And they subsequently stalled on that drive because of that false start penalty when they got it down at about the 1-foot line. Florida State's defense, they've given up a lot of big plays this year, but they've done a way better job, as Aaron was talking about with Coach Bowden, in that respect tonight. Here's Spiller. Anytime CJ gets it, you kind of hold your breath and wonder how long he will go. That time he went 8 yards before Branham knocked him out of bounds.
We mentioned CJ being one of 16 guys from Florida. He's from Lake Butler Union High School. Jacoby Ford, also Florida guy. They already played and beat Miami, hoping to get the clean sweep of the Florida teams on their schedule.
She's doing her own taste of the town there. The little girl's trying to steal your thunder. Spiller, first down. Those two are almost inseparable, Jacoby Ford and C.J. Spiller. And we talked to him yesterday. I ran into him again this morning. And they're two really fine young fellas you like being around. They're both going to graduate in December after 3.5 years. There's what they've done tonight with their touches. But they made school a priority. Football and track. You talk about busy. As soon as they get done with football, they go to track. Not this year, though, because the NFL Combine will be waiting in the NFL Draft after that for both those guys. Nice play fake. Parker buys himself some time. He's going to tuck it and head to the sideline. Good choice and a good run.
Well, we got our guys in the truck keeping track of the touches for CJ and Jacoby Ford, but one of his Dabo Swinney's sons, Will, that's his job. The older one of those, he's got 3 sons, and Will's the oldest, and that's his job, is to work on the touch sheet. How many touches CJ gets, and keep his dad honest on how many times you're getting the football to 28.
Dabo, 39-year-old, his wife Kathleen, Will, Drew, and Clay. He's got 3 boys. You saw 2 of them there on the sideline. Here's Jamie Harper, the big back. They use him in short yardage situations down near the goal line, and in this case, he looks like he has him a first down.
It's kind of interesting. You know, Dabo Swinney is 39, turns 40 in a couple weeks, November 20th.
Right.
And of course, Bobby turns 80 tomorrow. Both from Birmingham, both born in the same hospital.
Well, they had electricity when Dabo was born in the hospital. I'm not sure when Bobby was there. Basically, Bobby's twice as old as the Clemson head coach.
I'm going to tell him you said that. I'll make sure he knows you said that. Yeah. I did.
Miss Ann might have heard that. She's with Terry Bowden tonight watching for Terry's football game in North Alabama. Terry's got his team ranked #1 in the country in Division II. So Miss Ann is not at the game tonight.
Terry's the head coach there. Jeff Bowden, who was the offensive coordinator at Florida State for a while, is on Terry's staff.
Another first down for Clemson, trailing by 3. Parker, plenty of time. Streaks down the sideline, and it's C.J. Spiller. Touchdown. We told you just never know when it's going to happen. Another 56-yard plus play. In this case, 58 yards for another big touchdown.
And credit Dabo Swinney and Billy Napier for not going away from it. Just saying we're just going to keep figuring out how to give him a chance to make a play. Did a great job of isolating him on the middle linebacker on that one.
They missed an extra point. This time they don't. Clemson regains the lead. Mr. Excitement streaking down the sideline. C.J. Spiller caps an 80-yard touchdown drive with a long scoring reception. In the secondary to break it up. Only 3 races remaining. Jimmy Johnson holds the lead right now, looking for an unprecedented 4th straight championship. NASCAR heads to Texas. Dixie's 500 is coming up tomorrow, 2:30 Eastern Time on ABC. Begins with NASCAR Countdown. Maxwell broke up that long ball intended for Fortson. Second down now, Florida State's. Tavares Presley's checked into the backfield for the first time tonight. As we look behind him and his quarterback. motion. Want to set up a screen to the right, and he dropped it.
Boy, they had it set too.
We're talking with Kevin Steele yesterday, defensive coordinator for Clemson. What did he tell us? That in the last 4 games, Florida State has attempted 37 screen passes.
37 screens, and those were just the ones that they actually threw.
Yeah.
A lot of their screens, now this is a called screen. A lot of the wide receiver screens that Florida State runs are attached to running plays, and it's up to the quarterback to check whether to do it or not. That was a called screen that was set up perfectly, but Thomas took his eyes off the football.
Thomas in there on a 3rd down and 10. 4 wideouts for Ponder. Clemson going to bring an extra guy. Ponder, whoa, what a catch. Taiwan Easterling. He's had some big catches this year. He had a couple late in the 2nd quarter, but none better than that one. Pickup of 16 yards on 3rd and 10.
See, when you feel good about all your receivers like Christian Ponder does, then you look for the best matchup. And maybe it's not going against the corners, but it's finding a safety that's in coverage on a wide receiver. In this case, it's Marcus Gilchrist, the safety, guarding Easterling. So you find the best matchup, and as long as you feel good across the board, that gives the quarterback a lot of options.
Easterling 3 grabs now for 4 yards. Fake the end around Ponder this time. Clemson wasn't buying it, but he's still going to throw it deep. And Reed almost got to that ball. Incomplete pass. Let's check in with Reese Davis. Reese.
All right, Brad, Florida's starting to put things away now against Vanderbilt. Not that they were ever really threatened. Taco Bell studio update. Tim Tebow backpedaling. Oh, finds David Nelson in the back. Not sure he wasn't looking for Riley Cooper there, but it wound up good for the Gators. 27-3. It's on ESPN2 and on ABC. Many are seeing Cincinnati as they will remain perfect. Up 30-10 early in the 2nd half against UConn.
All right, Reese, thanks here. Clemson in front by 4. Trying to continue their quest to win the Atlantic Division of the ACC. Ponder keeps. And on the run, he's going to be very close to the 1st down.
Boy, what a tough guy. I tell you, again, the rib injury last week against North Carolina State. Jimbo wanted to limit his runs, and this is the quarterback taking it on himself and realizing this is a chance to get close to a 1st down. We need to get this ball moving, and I'll go ahead and grit my teeth and run the football if I need to.
3rd down and less than a yard. 9th play of the Florida State drive. And Ford and Spiller on the sideline. C.J. Spiller with a touchdown that's given Clemson the lead. 21-17. 3rd down. Ponder ran on 3rd down and 1 earlier. This time he'll let his tailback do it, and he's got the first. Jermaine Thomas pops through there for the 1st down. Let's check in with Aaron.
Hey, Brad, cornerback Chris Chancellor for Clemson is done for the game with a lower left leg injury. Now, that happened in the 1st half. In for him is sophomore Cody Senzaba. And when we talked to Kevin Steele yesterday, he said when he's out there, he's a factor. He was in the 1st half. He was one of the guys that caught one of Christian Ponder's interceptions. So, made a big impact there, but big news on Chris Chancellor. Not good.
Chancellor, longtime starter, his 35th start tonight at cornerback, which is phenomenal. At that position to start that many games in college. And, of course, he's still hurting from the loss of his good friend and former high school teammate Jasper Howard of UConn. He stayed after the Miami game for the funeral a week ago Monday of the lost UConn player and his good friend. Played together at Madison Edison High School. That's secondary now. Those guys that have been together for a long time, they came into the night with 30 combined interceptions. So when you play together that long, good things happen. And those guys that have started a lot of games out there have picked off a lot of passes. They'd like to do that right about here on Christian Ponder. 11th play of the Florida State drive. But it's ground game right now for the Noles, and they're making it work. Thomas upended by Hall, but he's got another 1st down.
See, when Clemson has a nickel defense in, or more defensive backs than they have linebackers, then it's kind of advantageous to go ahead and run the football. You got your quarterback in the shotgun. You still have 3 wide receivers, so it still looks like pass formation. But you match up better running the football against a sub-package defense.
In the red zone now, Florida State trying to regain the lead, change the lead again. We've had it 3 times, go back and forth. This time, the defense won't let Jermaine Thomas get loose. DeAndre McDaniel holds on for dear life to make the tackle after a pickup of about a yard.
Brad, Clemson senior cornerback Creston Butler now on the sidelines as well. He's grimacing. Can't really figure out what his injury is right now, but all the trainers are surrounding him, and he does not look comfortable.
Clemson's running out of corners. They put in Xavier Brewer to take the spot of Butler. Ponder to the end zone. Out of bounds. Fortson made a great attempt, but he ran out of end zone. And Xavier Brewer, they went right after him. Nice job by the redshirt freshman out of Jacksonville to help prevent a touchdown. I don't know how much he had to do with it. It was more, ooh. Wow. Didn't see that. We couldn't see the corner of the end zone.
It's a nice job by Fortson going up high to make the catch. And he did have 1 foot down, but he wasn't able to secure the football.
Another 3rd and long. They've converted 3rd and 8, 3rd and 10 on this drive. Ponder just going to loft one. They've converted another one. Almost into a touchdown. Lonnie Pryor has got it 1st and goal.
4 for 4 on 3rd down on this drive. Just when you think you got a chance to get them off the field, you can. And now Florida State, but they know how to hurry up here inside the 2.
1st and goal there. Looking to regain the lead. Ponder's going to do it himself if he can get there. No signal. And he apparently is just inches shy of the end zone. Boy, and those were not cheap 3rd downs they converted either.
Nope. 3rd and 8, 3rd and 10, 3rd and 1, and the last one.
Now they come up to the line again. Clemson, I don't know if they've got enough guys out there even. Ponder's in the end zone. Flags are down. If it's against Clemson for not having their personnel straightened out, it should be a touchdown.
The previous play is under further review.
All right, so we're actually going back to the previous play.
Well, Clemson is very lucky there because that was a touchdown. They had 2 guys not only running off the field but on Florida State's side of the formation. So it would have been a penalty on them. This is the play they're going back to look at.
Potter was so close. You can see his wide receiver, as you might expect, signaling touchdown, looking down the line. It was ruled that he was down at the 1, so they'd have to have indisputable video evidence to change the call.
What we couldn't see was if he ever stretched the ball out. You know, it doesn't matter if his helmet crossed the plane. It's got to be the football. Again, we mentioned and Aaron just reported on the loss of a couple corners in this drive, but we mentioned earlier in the 1st quarter the absence of Daquan Bowers, one of their outstanding defensive linemen. The strength of this defense has been their defensive front. And with Bowers out of there, it makes a difference.
After further review, the call on the field stands. The ball was short of the goal line. 2nd down.
So it's going to be 2nd and goal from about the 1 foot line. There's the football and the end zone. 16th play in a drive that's covered 6 minutes. From atop Christian Ponder. Thomas stretches the ball out and might have lost it. They say touchdown. Jermaine Thomas scores from less than a yard out, and Florida State's back in front. 5th rushing touchdown of the year for Jermaine.
Well, Lonnie Pryor, the fullback, was the lead blocker. Clemson tried to come over the top, and Thomas went underneath. Watch the linebackers come over the top, and Thomas just slips right underneath them into the end zone.
Extra point is good. Impressive drive. A long one. Took a long time. Took a lot of plays. Converted some big 3rd downs. And then Jermaine Thomas, you saw he had to kind of scoop the ball up. He'd already crossed the goal line to give his team the lead. And a late flag on the extra point. Everything going against Clemson. So when all the dust settles, it's going to be 23-21.
There were multiple fouls against the receiving team. Illegal participation of players participating on the defense. That penalty is declined as a personal foul for roughing the snapper against the defense. That penalty will be accepted on the succeeding kickoff. The try for point is successful.
Wow.
That's a good penalty for Florida State, because what that means is they get extra yardage. They might be able to kick it out of the end zone and keep it away from C.J. Spiller.
Black boots, black dress, black eye.
Black taco.
The new 89-cent Blackjack Taco. Get one before they're gone. Exclusively at Taco Bell. Bell.
Would you like a pony?
Yeah.
Would you like a pony?
Yeah.
Here you go. This is for you.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah.
Well, you didn't say I could have a real one.
Well, you didn't ask.
Even kids know it's wrong to hold out on somebody. Why don't banks? We're Ally, a new bank that alerts you when your money can be working harder and earning more. It's just the right thing to do.
I'm a man. But sometimes I like to smell like a different smelling man. Luckily, Old Spice makes a variety of manly scents. For men.
You cut, rip, and tear, but your brownies never turn out square. Need a hand? Now there's Perfect Brownie Pan, the new non-stick way to bake, slice, and serve perfect brownies. Just pour in your batter, insert the divider, and bake. Yum! 18 chocolatey brownies sliced all at once. And look, the bottom and sides separate, so anytime it goes on this rack, Perfect Brownie becomes the sweetest party serving tray. This patent-pending design bakes each brownie separately, so they're moist inside and chewy outside. Holidays and anniversaries or barbecues. Just bake, slice, and serve. Plus, it's dishwasher safe. Perfect Brownie Pan comes with the gooey and chewy recipe guide for only $19.95. You'll also receive these decorative stencils to make festive treats free. You get the complete Perfect Brownie Pan, 10 stencils, and recipe guide for only $19.95.
To order Perfect Brownie for $19.95 plus additional processing and handling, call 1-800-772-5805. That's 1-800-772-5805. Don't wait. Call now.
4th lead change as Dan corrected on the scores. 24-21 as we went to the break. 5:04 remaining in the 3rd quarter. This date in college football history, 1869. First game ever played. Rutgers and Princeton got together. Rutgers won that first game 6-4. Each score counted as a game, and 10 games completed the contest. You had to move the ball by batting it with your feet, your hands, your heads, or your shoes. And it's kind of the way it still is. Only we're passing it around a lot more right now. 24-21. Let's pass it off to Reese.
Brad, USC spent the first half in a funk against Arizona State. They only had 4 first downs. Matt Barkley swinging out to Damian Williams early in the second half in a 7-3 game. And Williams would sort of ignite the Trojans. He would go 75 yards. Initially, he was ruled down when you see him dive for the pylon. They looked at it, gave him the touchdown. 14-3 Trojans up.
Well, exactly what Todd was talking about with that personal foul on the extra point. The kick kept it out of the hands of C.J. Spiller, and Clemson's got to start at its own 20-yard line. And C.J.'s in there behind his quarterback, Kyle Parker. Clemson now trailing by 3 again. Jacoby Ford in motion. Fake it to him, roll and throw to a wide open tight end, but it was behind him and dropped. Dwayne Allen was open.
A lot of motion and activity. Fake to Ford, slip Spiller underneath as your under receiver, but he's going for the bigger one, and it was a good idea. Just got to get that ball out in front of the tight end, not behind him.
Clemson known to use some trick plays. They faked it there. They might come back to something like that later. But Jacoby Ford and C.J. Spiller both involved. This time Parker rolls all the way to the sideline and just gets rid of it. Penalty marker down.
That one didn't look right there. I'm not sure what that play was, but that one didn't look right.
Jack Childress will tell us.
Yeah.
Legal man
there was something
downfield.
messed up with that play because there were linemen downfield. I think the linemen looked like they thought it was a run.
And that's the call. Legal man downfield. So again, penalties are hurting Clemson big time.
Number 62 of the offense was ineligibly downfield. That penalty is declined. 3rd down.
Mason Cloy was the guy that was downfield.
You know, Dabo talked to Aaron at the half about keeping their poise, and that's what you have to do in this kind of a game, this type of situation. You control your own destiny. You got to play well down the stretch, and you got to play with poise.
They've passed on all their 3rd down situations tonight. No different here, and this one's going to be good for the 1st down. Bouncing out to the 34-yard line is Terrence Ash. Got 14 yards. Ash, a former walk-on who was on a track scholarship. A lot of speedy guys on this wideout crew for Clemson.
Yeah, you got them bunched up over here, and Ash is the guy who gets right into the middle. Nice job by Kyle Parker reading it, finding the open man.
Nick Moody is the guy that's shaken up for Florida State, so that's momentarily halted play here with 4:44 remaining in the 3rd quarter. C.J. Spiller tonight, his combined yardage well over 200 yards again. You look at Reggie Bush, and Reese just had that cut in on the update on the score for USC. These are the only 2 guys that have ever rushed for over 2,500 yards, had over 1,200 yards receiving, kick return yardage of 1,500 plus, and then punt return yardage of 500 plus in a career. That's really good company. That's really good company. And C.J. tonight has a long touchdown reception. He's got a 45-yard run. He's got a 2-point conversion run, but he hasn't been able to escape as a return man yet tonight. And I say yet because we've still got a quarter and 4 minutes and 38 seconds to go. Palmer, the tight end, in motion on a 1st down. Spiller into the 2nd wave and into Florida State territory. 21 more yards. Now Clemson's going to try to hurry it up here. They don't huddle, or they huddle very seldom, but in some cases they'll go on a quick count, and they do here. Spiller again in the open field. C.J. Spiller to the corner.
He's not healthy. He's not 100%.
He almost pulled up there.
Yep.
Still a 35-yard run. Remember, he's got a bad foot. He's had a toe problem since the beginning of the season. That might be bothering him. We saw him holding his knee earlier. But you know what? C.J. Spiller at about 80% is better than a whole bunch of guys. And you see he pulled up heading to the far side. But he does have his team a 1st and goal.
Boy, back-to-back, 2 outstanding runs and good blocking up front. Just zone plays. Just the bread and butter of this Clemson run offense.
Andre Ellington, the young guy, takes his spot in the backfield and now flushes out of that backfield. Parker, pump fake, wants to go back to the corner on the far side. And Palmer's the intended receiver, but nobody out there but Patrick Robinson.
Yeah, really well played by Patrick Robinson. He was not fooled. That was a designed roll to the right and throwback, expecting nobody to be home on the defense. Patrick Robinson, the senior, was not fooled at all. Watch, all the action goes to the right. His eyes are to the right. And at the last minute, he's looking to throw it back to a wide-open receiver. But that's not what he got. He does the right thing, throwing it away.
Second down to go. And again, Parker will look to the sideline. Ellington readjusts to flank him to his left. 3 wideouts, second and goal. Just outside the 8. Parker. Hurry, across the middle. Oh, Jacoby Ford had it, and it would have been a touchdown. It hit him right in the 6, and he knows it.
Florida State came with a blitz. Kyle Parker read it. He dropped it, left the pocket to buy some time, and makes a nice throw to Ford. And you're right, he would have walked into the end zone. That's a hard throw, too. Across your body, back to the middle.
Third and goal. Parker pumps once, goes wide open, touchdown. The tight end Palmer. We got a penalty marker down. Penalty marker down. If it's a false start, it's negating 6 points. Another illegal man downfield for the second time on this drive.
Number 83 of the offense was covered up by the wide receiver. He was an ineligible receiver who went downfield. 5 yards, repeat third down.
Wow.
Well, this is Dwayne Allen. Now, he's the guy that got the penalty, but this receiver here has to be back off the line of scrimmage so that you don't have that problem. Either that or Dwayne Allen is supposed to stay in and block, but that formation would suggest he's supposed to go out on the route. So the problem really was on Xavier Dye, number 21, not Dwayne Allen.
C.J. Spiller is back out for Clemson as a wide receiver. Parker in trouble and just about got away. Well, for the second time tonight, Clemson has had a huge penalty inside the 10-yard line. One time inside the 1-yard line, that time inside the 10.
And there's a lot of time left, and Clemson may very well win this football game, but you just get this feeling like too many wasted opportunities in a game like this to win. You know, you take points off the board. They've missed field goals. They've missed extra points.
Well, they can ill afford to miss this field goal. It'll tie the game from 26 yards out. But Jackson's had trouble tonight. He's still having trouble. Wow.
Yeah. Too many missed opportunities.
A missed extra point and 2 field goals that are supposed to be hit at this level of competition.
The first 2 misses, it was a bad snap. This was a good snap and a bad kick.
26-yard attempt.
And the problem is it's like a kick in the gut to the Clemson football team.
Got that right.
You drive down there, you make a bunch of plays, you get a penalty that calls a touchdown back, and then you miss a field goal and you're still behind 3 points, and you feel like you just got the wind kicked out of you.
Ponder throws complete, and it's just pitch and catch. Ponder's so confident, as you said, Todd, earlier, in all his receivers, and especially tonight, quite frankly, Rod Owens, the guy they call old school. He's the old man of the group, the senior. He likes old clothes, he likes old music. He's like a Motown guy, and Rod Owens is having a big night for an old man, or for old school, I should say.
And remember, you got some different corners in the game for Clemson. That was Byron Maxwell at the one corner. Cody Sensabaugh is in at the other corner. because of some injuries for Clemson.
Remember, Florida State went 16 plays on their last drive. This time Ponder throws incompletes. Intended for Jermaine Thomas. Let's check in with Eric.
Brad, when Florida State went up 24-21, Clemson's defense came over to the sideline, and you had guys just screaming at each other. Different players just going after each other. At that moment, Kevin Steele, the defensive coordinator, and Dabo Swinney sat with the defense in a huddle for a good 5 to 6 minutes and just calmed them down, stressing you've got to go to the next play. Composure. You don't play like this. I give Dabo so much credit for that. He sat with them to just cool them off and get them on the same page.
Let's see if he did. 2nd and 10. Thomas. And he's out to the 40. Short of the first down, but it's going to be 3rd and short. Well, Dabo was talking with us earlier this week, and he said he tries to tell these guys there's about 155 plays in a game. You've only got a month of football left. There's 22 more days to the end of the season. Just take every play and make it a game by itself. Think about it as 155 one-play games. And that's kind of what Aaron was talking about, that I'm sure they were trying to re-stress into the minds of the Clemson defense. 3rd down and 2. They had no trouble with 3rd downs on their last drive. This time they'll try to pressure Ponder. He lofts one, and he's got another first down.
Yeah, that's nice.
And it's a frustrated Clemson defense. You can just tell, because that time Brandon May got back there trying to hustle back in coverage, and he slid out of bounds on the sideline, and he was just shaking his head.
You know, Florida State doesn't really attack you in your passing game vertically down the field. Most of it is horizontal. A lot of crossing routes, a lot of things that are going side to side, and the accuracy of Ponder really makes that defense run and stretch.
That is the 5th different receiver Ponder has hit on 3rd down. Put your head around that a little bit. That'll tell you how efficient he's been. Here comes an end around. Ball is on the ground. Scooped up by Reed. And Burt's in a heap of trouble.
Yep.
Loss of 14.
Yeah, I think Jimbo Fisher has called a great game, but that's one where not sure you need it right there. You know, you got some momentum, you're throwing, you're running, you go with a little trickeration, and it was a good pitch by Ponder, but Burt Reed was looking at the defense and not the football, and now you got a long yardage situation.
The first down markers way down at the Clemson 41. Line of scrimmage for Florida State, their own 35. Thomas, he wrapped up after a pickup of about 4. DeAndre McDaniel, one of 4 or 5 Tigers there to meet him. And the quarter comes to a close. Well, our lead has changed 4 times. At the end of 3, it's kind of like it was at halftime. Florida State up by 3. Can Clemson turn it around and stay alive for an ACC crown? ESPN's Monday Night Football. Big Ben Roethlisberger and the Steelers traveling out to the Mile High City, take on the 6-1 Denver Broncos. 8:30 Eastern time. Starts with pregame coverage served up by Applebee's at 7. Start of the 4th quarter. Brad Nessler, Todd Blackledge, Jaron Andrews, and our ESPN crew at Death Valley. Clemson trails Florida State to open the 4th. And here comes Jermaine Thomas running over guys. Got a nice gain. That was on a 3rd and a mile, and he got about 13 yards. So Florida State, probably a smart play in that there's not too many plays in your arsenal. It's 3rd and that long. Had they thrown, it might have been an interception. This way they've got another chance to try to pin Clemson. The only thing is, don't kick it to the 2 guys that are waiting on the other end if you can help it. If you kick away from one and it goes to the other, it's just as bad. Ford and Spiller both back there. Powell trying to keep it out of their hands, and by doing so, kicked it off the side of his foot and out of bounds.
Exactly right. You know, you can have a team that blocks a lot of punts or great returners, and it affects the punter.
Speaking of punts, take a look at tonight's Good Hands Flashback, brought to you by Allstate. Matchup between Florida State and Clemson. Bobby Bowden calls a fake punt with 1.5 minutes left. Game tied at 21. It's the old Punterooski. And Leroy Butler gets a handoff and goes 78 yards to the 2-yard line that set up the winning field goal. Florida State won it 24-21. There's Fumble-Rooskies and there's Punter-Rooskies. That was the Punt-Rooski. Clemson's got the ball back. We hear a pin drop in here right now. Parker almost lit the crowd up. Triple coverage, and he still almost tucked that into Dwayne Allen, the tight end.
Yeah, but this is a play that Kyle Parker, he got greedy. I mean, he had an underneath route, and he's just got to take what that defense will give. Now, watch as he goes back. He's going to try to force it downfield, but underneath, he's got a wide-open receiver right there, Jacoby Ford. Just go ahead and get him the football and let him make a play instead of forcing it into traffic. And that's something you just got to learn the more you play.
Parker only 2 out of 7 this half. Throws this one complete to Ford, but it's only a pickup of a yard or 2. Jacoby Ford and C.J. Spiller, I mentioned earlier, are now the all-time leading duo in NCAA history in all-purpose yardage. That's rushing, receiving, returns. And those two guys went over the mark tonight, 10,285. Marshall Faulk and Darnay Scott held the previous mark. So another record set by the two best friends who hang out together all the time, are on track together. Roommates, and have been ever since they got here at Clemson. Throw is intercepted. I think it's an offside call against Florida State, because otherwise Jamie Robinson's got his second interception return for a touchdown.
Offside, defense number 16, 5-yard penalty. It's still 3rd down.
Wow. So this time it's Florida State that makes a mistake that cost points.
Mr. Alexander is the guilty party.
Mr. as in M-I-S-T-E-R, not just M-R period. Mister's his name. That's what I call Todd most of the time, but that's just the M-R. Mr. Blackledge. Or Sir Todd. Ellington in the backfield now with Parker. Parker's got to make some good choices here. Time is of the essence. 3rd and 3. That is a good one. Ellington's got a first down.
Boy, nice effort by Ellington. He was hit behind the first down. Dakota Watson was there, and he just showed some strength and determination to get this first down. Watch, Watson has him, but he can't wrap him up, and the balance and the strength of Ellington gets the first down. They're really high on this freshman out of Moncks Corner, South Carolina. They think he'll be a good replacement for C.J. Spiller next year.
If you can ever replace C.J. Spiller. Palmer, the tight end, in motion. Florida State almost jumped again, and Ellington is bottled up by Nigel Bradham and dropped for about a yard loss as we check in with Reese Davis. Reese?
All right, guys, it has been a back-and-forth wild game between Tulsa and Houston. Taco Bell studio update right after a Tulsa touchdown put them up 11. Tyron Carrier on the track team for the Cougars and showing the Golden Hurricane why, taking it all the way back 38-34 in that game in the 4th quarter.
Here 24-21, 2nd and 11. This is where Xavier Dye has come through for Parker a few times. He's in motion as they pitch it. And Spiller made one man miss. He's just missing that little bit of burst. There's a couple times tonight we didn't think he was going to get caught. And you said he's just not healthy. Not 100% anyway. And whether it's his knee or that toe that's been bothering him, that extra gear a couple times hasn't quite been there.
Yeah, he's trying to gut it out and trying to be in there for his team. And as you mentioned, you know, him at 85% is still faster than a lot of guys out there, but he's not completely himself.
3rd down and 8. Here comes a blitz. Parker stands in. Ooh, almost intercepted. Incomplete. Diving attempt, that time by Patrick Robinson. And it's punting time for the Tigers. Trying to get it to Jacoby Ford. And Robinson had a way better play on the ball than anybody else. Dawson Zimmerman to punt. Way back on the other end is Greg Reed, who had one excellent return tonight at 43 yards in the first quarter. Another guy you'd prefer not to kick it to, or not have it returned by. This will be a fair catch taken by Reed at the 35-yard line. 12:28 remaining. Florida State clinging to a 3-point lead. Their leader on the sidelines ready to go again when we come back.
Goodwrench. We roll out the blue carpet for drivers of these great GM brands. We can do the small things, the big things, just about everything. Right inside your GM dealership. Find out more at goodwrench.com.
Hello? Dave, what's going on?
Hey, man, you sound great. Did you get a new phone?
Nope, switched to Vonage. Sound quality's incredible, right?
It's like you're in the room.
Yeah, it's only $24.99 a month.
It's like you're literally right here.
Yeah, it does sound good. It's Bill.
Oh. Hey, Bill.
Hey, Karen.
Bill says hi.
High quality sound. And now with Vonage, get unlimited calls around the world. Call now, 877-4Vonage.
Yeah, I guess I'm a little obsessive. My kids call me the shredder, because every bill I get goes right in my
inbox, not my mailbox. I pay for everything online so I can
get these text messages. They're called spending alerts. I feel more in control. Now they can just come up with chocolate alerts. That'd be great.
At Citi, we know everyone's talking about keeping money safe. And we've got lots of ways to help, like spending alerts. Because when your money's safe, your mind's at ease. That's why Citi never sleeps.
Goodwrench, serving these great GM brands by doing just about everything, including brakes. And now get AC Delco Durastop front brake pads installed for $74.95 or less after mail-in rebate. Find your participating dealer at goodwrench.com.
Unlike other materials, healthy skin is able to become more resilient. Vaseline Men helps fortify skin, so instead of breaking down, it can grow stronger. Vaseline Men Lotions, for stronger, more resilient skin.
Inventors, InventHelp can help you try to patent your idea and submit it to companies. Call 1-800-236-7211 for free information. That's 1-800-236-7211.
With 3 races left in the chase, there's a fight coming, and it's coming fast. But if you've got the guts and the grit, you might just get to pull those pistols. The Dickies 500 at Texas, tomorrow at 2:30 Eastern on ABC.
Tonight on SportsCenter, 3 of the top 10 tumble. The title hopes survive in Tuscaloosa. Navy sinks Notre Dame's BCS dreams, plus a dash from the back of the pack. Ladies first at the richest event in sports. That's all coming up after the game.
After early dominance when they joined the ACC, in the last 5 years hasn't been so good for Florida State. Just over 500. In fact, they don't have a lot of first-round draft picks. In fact, none in the last 2 drafts after all of those we talked about under Mickey Andrews, and haven't finished in the AP top 10 since 2000. And Bobby Bowden, after all those years of finishing in the top 4 in the country for a long stretch of years, would like to get a big road win tonight and keep some ACC hopes alive for this year. Ponder going deep, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Rashad Hall. Nice spin move by Hall. And he's still on his feet. Oh, that is not a good move, but it's scooped up by one of his teammates, Cavell Connor. Sometimes the freshman mistakes just turn out right.
Yeah. Great play to make the interception. Now the ball hung in the air a long time. It was not a good throw by Christian Ponder. Now here's the safety right here, and the ball is being thrown to this sideline, but watch how long it hangs in the air for Christian Ponder. It hangs and it hangs, and here comes the safety all the way from the middle of the field and able to get there to make the play, Rashard Hall. And then this is not a good decision at the end to flip it back, but it did work out in this particular case.
Cavell Connor took it on one hop and took it all the way to the 24-yard line. Here's Clemson's opportunity again. Will they bite their tongue, though, like they have so many times tonight? Spiller got about 4. To the 20-yard line. And again, C.J. Spiller, you can tell by the look on his face, trying to gut out whatever it is, his knee or his foot, and staying out there because he said, you know, I want to go all the way to Tampa and then I want to win a bowl game. I've never done that here. Been to bowl games, didn't win them. Second and 6. They'll try him again the other way. Pushes off his blocker, cuts to the corner, and again he pulled up. It's just not there. He's a guy with a Hemi engine, and right now it's just missing that gear.
And the problem as we take a look at a new potential kicker,
Spencer Benton, warming up.
The problem for Dabo Swinney right now is, okay, do I keep Spiller in there less than 100, or do I put the freshman in Ellington, who maybe doesn't have everything down as pat as I know Spiller does?
We got short yardage situation here. 3rd and 2. Jacoby Ford in motion. The pitch goes that way. Jacoby trying to get a little block for his teammate, and he did. He's got out there, got the man in front of him, and gave Spiller something to shoot for, which was the first down marker.
And again, you need him in the game because you want his toughness, you want his leadership. And now once you got the 3rd down conversion, you can take him out, give him a break, and bring Ellington in. But on this 3rd down critical play, you keep him in even if he's not 100%, because you know he'll get the first down for you.
Inside the 12, just outside the 11, in fact. It's first down. Clemson trying to regain the lead. Ellington wrapped up in the backfield and actually got spun forward by the tackle.
Now, the question again, Clemson, can they finish strong? Can they continue to keep control of their destiny? Can they make an opportunity pay off here? They've had missed opportunities tonight. Missed extra point, 2 missed field goals, a fumble in the red zone, a touchdown called back in the red zone. Here they are again. Inside the 10-yard line, can they pay it off and take advantage of the opportunity?
This isn't just the red zone for Clemson, it's been the dead zone inside the 10. 2nd and 8. This time, touchdown. Just answered Todd Blackledge's question. Do you put him in there when he's not quite as experienced? Fresh legs, fresh feet, fresh score. 9-yard touchdown. And our 5th lead change. Spencer Benton's going to try the extra points. And he missed it. Goodness. Can the kicking be any worse for Clemson tonight?
And that's a critical miss again.
The touchdown good. Kicking game bad.
Time. Visit Goodwrench.com for details.
What a picture outside Memorial Stadium, Clemson, South Carolina. Another lead change, our 5th of the night. Tigers back in front. But again, they have left 8 points out there just with extra points and makeable field goals. Trying to find a kicker that can put it through the uprights when they desperately need it. Greg Reed from the 1. Reed got a block, follows them well, and is knocked out of bounds at the 28-yard line as we take you back to Ellington's touchdown run.
Well, they brought the fresh back in. Ellington, it's a zone play, and it's just beautiful execution at the point of attack. And the key block was their senior left guard, the only starting senior up there, Thomas Austin. Watch this block that he gets on Moses McCray. Gets into him and then just flattens him. And that's all that Ellington needed to get into the end zone. Outstanding block.
Austin, first-team All-ACC performer. The old man on the front wall, and the guy they say at the next level will be an excellent guard in the National Football League. 9.5 to go. Thomas broke 2 tackles, not the third. Picked up about 2 on the play before Kevin Alexander made the stop. Now just 3 races left. Jimmy Johnson trying to pull that unbelievable 4th-straight championship. The Dickies 500 in Texas tomorrow. Starts 2:30 Eastern time on ABC. Chase for the Sprint Cup tomorrow at 2:30. Here, it's now become a sprint in the 4th quarter to the front spot of the Atlantic Division of the Atlantic Coast Conference. Remember, Florida State needs to win out and hope that Boston College would lose a couple more times along the way. Clemson's got the lead here with 8:51 remaining. If they win their remaining games, they would be in the ACC championship.
I made the point that was such a crucial miss on that last extra point. Why? Because it's a 3-point game. They make that, then it forces Florida State to have to score a touchdown to take the lead. As it is, a field goal can tie the game and potentially put it into overtime. So not as much sense of urgency as it could have been for Florida State.
Thomas hesitates in the backfield, and he's going to lose yardage. Loss of 1. We check in with Reese.
Brad, time for SportsCenter right now. 7 teams entered the day undefeated. Cincinnati, one of them. That Cincinnati-UConn game getting tied to Robert McClain with an 87-yard punt return. At the time, it was 37-17. Now Cincinnati, it's a 40-32 game. Northwestern was unbeaten coming into the day, but Northwestern upset them, or Iowa was unbeaten, I should say. Ricky Stanzi was hurt in the game, 17-10 in the final. SportsCenter coming up after the game. ESPN News keeps you current.
Ponder, quick slants, complete. But he's short of the first down, and Ron Owens has another catch. His 9th of the night.
Remember Chris Chancellor, one of those senior experienced defensive backs, over 30 starts in his career, out on crutches. Byron Maxwell in the game now as a starting corner. They've gone after him some.
Ponder his own 3rd down tonight. Needs another one. 3rd and 4. Flushed. Throws on the run, and it's high. Incomplete. Clemson's defense holds that time. C.J. Spiller's coming out again with Jacoby Ford.
And see, even if C.J.'s not 100% healthy, putting him back here on punt return makes this punter think about it.
Behind Sean Powell. Going to do a little rugby job. This one's fieldable for Spiller at the 18. And out to the 26. So he got what he could. First time he's been able to run back a punt tonight. Well, the Lowe Senior Class Award signifies a student-athlete's excellence in the classroom and on the field, as well as their service to their communities. Here's a look at the finalists. You can log on to seniorclassaward.com to learn more, and you can text the word football to 74567 to cast your votes. Clemson is 644 away from its biggest win in a long time. They haven't won an ACC crown since 1991. They win the next 3, and they're guaranteed their first trip to the ACC title game in Tampa. But still 6:44 to play. Ellington only about a yard. Holds on to the ball, though. Dakota Watson with the tackle. Ellington helping up his lineman. Not want to conserve his energy. He's going to come out, and that means Spiller's going back in. There's the dynamic duo. They've broken the all-time record tonight for combined yardage. There's what CJ's done. That's kind of an off night for him, to be honest. Palmer, the tight end, in motion on 2nd down and 9. And it's going to be a keeper by Parker. And he's got a first down.
Nice job. A little zone read. We haven't seen Clemson do that. But you got to do it to make a defense stay honest. I mean, you're expecting it's going to go to Spiller. You fake it, and they crash in to tackle the back. The quarterback has to pull that and keep it. The only guy who knows he's going to do that is Kyle Parker. Everybody else blocks it like CJ's getting the football.
And now the clock continues to work under 6 minutes now. Florida State has all its timeouts. Clemson used one, remember, earlier in the 3rd quarter. Kyle Parker, just a redshirt freshman, 2-sport athlete, trying to win his biggest game ever in a Clemson football uniform.
Spiller. Really looked pretty quick on that one now, huh? I mean, he's limping a little bit, and he looks a little gimpy, but he didn't look gimpy or limpy on that front.
And he just told Coach Sweeney, I'll stay out here. Fast and faster, as Tom called he and Ford earlier. Ellington comes in to spell him again. Another first down. Clemson taking its time. Ellington broke a tackle. Ellington! All the way to the 5. 43 more for the young guy. He does look a little like CJ if you squint.
Well, the problem for Florida State all season has been missed tackles. There's a missed tackle by Marcus White. He had him in the backfield. He misses that, and the next thing you know, Ellington is inside the 5.
They mark it at the 6-yard line. 1st and goal, Clemson. C.J. Spiller cuts outside, trying to get to the corner, and got down to the 2. That Florida State defense had played so well in the first half. And now they're rocking on their heels a little bit, hoping to come up with nothing worse than a field goal. Clemson gets a touchdown, and Florida State's in trouble. 158 rushing yards for C.J. Spiller on a not 100% wheel.
Well, I'll tell you what, if you ever had any question about his toughness, his durability, he's making a statement about that tonight, staying in the football game.
3 tight end set. 2nd and goal, Tigers at the Knowles 2. Parker, play fake.
Throw it away if it's not there.
And he got it in the back of the end zone. Touchdown. Darrell Berry, his 3rd tight end. Miles will use them all.
I like this quarterback now. He has got some moxie. I mean, he waited, he threw it across his body, but he put it right where he had to for the touchdown.
Jackson's going to try another point after. Snap a little high. The kick is off the upright.
This is insane. Unbelievable.
Well, still it's a 9-point game, so it's 2-possession situation for Florida State. For Clemson fans, thank goodness they found the end zone, because they sure can't get it over the crossbar. Death Valley is rocking. 4:06 remaining. Clemson 33, Florida State 24. Ellington, the redshirt freshman, got him down close. Kyle Parker threw his 4th touchdown pass, a career high. And oh boy, Are they making some noise in Memorial Stadium? Greg Reed camps under this one at the 2-yard line. Upended before he got to the 25. Well, a lot of chatter going on about college football scores and highlights in section 140, powered by Windows Phone. You can learn more and join in the discussion. Text 140 to 4ESPN from your mobile phone. With Todd Blackledge and Aaron Andrews, I'm Brad Nessler. 4 minutes is all Florida State's got time to do something about a 9-point deficit. A lot of missed extra points and field goals, or Clemson would have this one in their pocket already. But it ain't over yet, not according to Christian Ponder. Nice hit by Cavell Connor on Jermaine Thomas.
See, the problem to me with the Florida State offense tonight is that they've made some plays and they've gained some yards, but they haven't gotten any big plays down the field. So anything they do takes time. I mean, they make yards and plays, but it's horizontal and not vertical against this Clemson defense.
And right now, time is of the essence. Ponder. Intercepted. Going the other way, DeAndre McDaniel. His 8th pick of the year. Now it's Purdy time.
This guy, wow. He's got a knack for the ball. He knows how to play football. Watch him read the eyes of the quarterback and jump right underneath the route. He saw it the entire way. He's not only the leading interceptor, he's the leading tackler on this team, and he's done it again.
Man. Kevin Steele calls him a violent hitter. Yeah. He just kind of gave a violent hit to the quarterback who was trying to save him from getting to the end zone, and Christian Ponder is in a world of hurt. Clemson's 3.5 minutes away from their 4th straight win, their 5th win at home. Spiller. CJ to the end zone. He never gave up. Bad foot, bad knee, whatever it was bothering him. He's been out there every time they needed him, and he just iced the football game. And the extra point is yes. Good.
Biggest cheer of the night.
Yeah. Dabo Swinney, an excited head coach, and with good reason. How about that? And he meets his kicker with a chest bump. You don't see that often. We talked about the road to Tampa and the ACC championship. Well, step 1 is out of the way, or very close to being. Florida State, they had to win it. At North Carolina State and then Virginia. And Clemson hasn't won an ACC title since 1991. I tell you, partner, they struggled at times tonight. They made a lot of mistakes, but when they really needed to come through, both the offense and the defense did.
And you know what? At times, this stadium was really quiet because I think people here, they so want to believe that this team's ready to get over the hump and get to Tampa, win an ACC championship. But they've been down this road before where they've controlled their own destiny and let it slip away. But they found a way to keep hanging in there and make the plays tonight.
That's a lot of push-ups. C.J. Spiller. If you didn't know who he was until tonight, I think you do now. If he's not on the Heisman list, I don't think I want to be around the list.
Yeah, he should be.
A yard deep, Greg Reed. And up the sideline to about the 25-yard line. 19 unanswered points for C.J. Spiller. There's the two buddies. And C.J. Spiller has just tied his own school record. That was against Miami 2 weeks ago.
The two Florida schools. He's a kid from Lake Butler, Florida. How about that?
Personal foul on Florida State.
We have a dead ball, personal foul, number 12. That's half the distance to the goal. First down.
You know, how sweet is this going to taste? C.J. Spiller, a great night. Splashed on the national scene. First night game in 2 years. He said, that's what I came here for, get my degree, play all 4 years. Could have gone to the NFL, decided to come back, wanted to be a senior, wanted to be a leader. Now 310 more yards, and Clemson still rolling. And this will be the first time in Clemson history that they have beaten both Miami and Florida State in the same year. Now, dancing, I'm not sure. Last year, Dabo Swinney promised that the guys would take part in Tiger Rama, the homecoming pep rally. This is CJ. They called this Spiller instead of Thriller. In honor of Michael Jackson. I'm not sure about the dancing. I know one thing, he can run.
Well, here's the thing about the Heisman and C.J. Spiller right now is, you know what? Nobody's running away with it. And there are big games left to be played in November and into early December. And that's why he's right in the thick of it. Because if Clemson can continue to win and get themselves in position to win the ACC championship, he's got a shot.
E.J. Manuel's in a quarterback for Florida State. Christian Ponder took that big hit after that interception by DeAndre McDaniel. Not only that, but the game appears to be out of hand by some strange occurrence here. Ponder is a tough guy and a heck of a quarterback. Just wasn't the night that he was hoping for tonight. Intercepted 3 times, knocked around 4 times, I beg your pardon. Career high in interceptions.
Well, we knew something had to give tonight. Florida State came in the 9th best passing team in the country. And Clemson was the 5th best pass defense in the country. And
they didn't hurt that tonight.
Team in orange won.
Yeah. And almost another pass that could have been picked off. As Todd said, this huge crowd and all the folks that watch around that might not be at the game, and a lot of them that are still outside tailgating and will probably stay here till 3 in the morning. They want to believe. And right now, they're starting to believe.
This team last year had 3 ACC losses by a combined total of 13 points. Kept them out of it. The year before that, they had a tough 3-point loss at home to Boston College when the Atlantic Division was on the line. And here they are right again, taking one more step closer.
Manuel in trouble, and he's going to go down. Miguel Chavis got him with help from his friends.
This is a different football team from earlier in the year. You know, they lost to Maryland.
That's the only bad one, really.
That was the only bad one. They lost to a good TCU team, an excellent TCU team, a very good Georgia Tech team. And then they lost to Maryland, and then they had an open week. And they were 2-3, and the thing could have gone any direction. And they made a different commitment to their preparation, particularly their quarterback, Kyle Parker, and they have been a different team since.
And they're headed for a rematch with Georgia Tech, maybe in Tampa. If they win out and Georgia Tech beats Duke next week, that would be the matchup. And that would be an interesting one because they had a heck of a game the first time they got together in the regular season. Not to mention, they're only separated by about 2 hours and 15 minutes down I-85. Spiller will be happy with a yard or 2. By the way, Masai, an active duty soldier, recently redeployed for a second overseas deployment, stationed in Fort Hood, Texas, is our winner of the Taste of the Town. He's a 98 graduate of Clemson, and his dad, Charlie Harbison, is a co-defensive coordinator and safeties coach for the Tigers. He says, go Tigers, beat FSU. And Masai, your dad at least, and when you get back here, you guys Had a little taste of the town on Todd.
Absolutely.
Well, not actually on you. Clemson now, less than 2 minutes remaining. They're just going to cover everybody up. Christian Ponder's heading to the locker room after a tough night. And what will be a tough loss. It'll drop Florida State under 500 at 4-5. Boy, these guys went to some great lengths now. I got to tell you, SportsCenter is indeed up next.
Some of those guys need to pull their pants off. Speaking of up.
Well, Alabama win today. The Irish Dreams, are they dash now? Big Ten shake-up with Iowa's first loss. All that and a lot more football and a lot more of everything on SportsCenter in a minute and 12 seconds. Well, this is as big a win as Dabo Swinney's had in his year and a half, not even year and a half, first full year. Basically just pretty much hit the 1-year mark of being the head coach of this football program. And with a beautiful new facility in the West End Zone. And Todd mentioned that earlier. There's facilities not much better than the ones we just saw over there. And that's the side of things. And then you've got a crowd that's been waiting since almost the Danny Ford era to have some kind of a reason to cheer an explosion of an ACC title. They haven't won one in 18 years. Well, their hopes are still alive. C.J. Spiller, little bit hammered it. 45-yard run. Knocked out of bounds before he could get to the end zone. Streaking down the sideline, another 58-yard touchdown catch. And then sometimes you got to do it in close. Not to mention a 2-point conversion mixed in there just for good measure. Big, big win for the Solid Orange. The Clemson Tigers. And they hand Bobby Bowden a 5th defeat in 9 games. And that's not going to go over very well in Tallahassee either. There's actually 6 seconds remaining. I don't know if they can get everybody off the field or not. They'll try.
Well, I mentioned for Clemson, they're taking one more step.
Clemson took a timeout to get the kids off the field. So 5 seconds left. Let's check in with Reese quickly.
Brad, all of a sudden, one of the unbeaten's, all kinds of problems. Cincinnati and UConn, 8-point game. The Huskies' Jordan Todman goes in. Randy Edsall goes for 2, but Curtis Young makes the sack. Cincinnati trying to hang on, 40-38. We'll have all the fallout on college football final tonight with Mark and Lou immediately following SportsCenter.
Wow, how crazy did that game get, huh? 2-point game with a little under 5 minutes to go. Here, just 5 seconds to go. And the Seminoles will fall to 4-5 and 2-4 in ACC play. And the high hopes that Florida State had, even at the beginning of the season, when Todd and I and Aaron saw them against Miami State and went, beg your pardon, Miami went down to the last play of the game. What could have been a touchdown, maybe would have changed their whole season. Who knows? As it is, Clemson with one of its biggest wins in a long time. And they will savor this one in Death Valley for a couple of days.
Well, I just saw an incredibly classy thing, too. C.J. Spiller sprinted across the field to shake hands with Bobby Bowden, first and foremost at the end of this game. That's a classy kid.
4 years ago, Bobby Bowden thought he had number 28. He grew up idolizing Warwick Dunn. That's why he wears 28. And there's the scene Todd was just talking about. It's C.J. Spiller and Clemson Tiger Knights. Not a bad performance by their defense or by their quarterback, Kyle Parker, for that matter, with a career-high 4 touchdowns. Let's get out of here.
We heard all the stories from Bobby Bowden, how he hoped maybe he would sign for Florida State. What did you just say to Coach Bowden right there?
I just told him it was a good game and wished him luck. You know, he's a legend. I mean, you don't find too many coaches do what he do. You know, he done overcame so much adversity. You know, and I was so happy to get recruited by him. It was just great.
We know about the turf toe. What else did you injure tonight?
Just my legs got real tired. That was the main thing. So I went with Andre Ellington. I told him that I'm going to need him tonight. And he stepped up for me. You know, he played big.
You didn't do so bad yourself, though. 310 yards, 2 touchdowns. How did you kind of guts your way through it?
That's why I came back. I knew that my team was going to need me down the stretch. Coach keep coming to me. I was kind of down at half because I wasn't really getting what I wanted. But my teammates kept encouraging me, telling me just keep going, and it'll happen.
We mentioned how this was kind of your big night on a national stage. What do you hope people around the nation saw from you tonight?
Just a guy that just loved to play with great passion. You know, like I said earlier, everything else will take care of itself at the appropriate time. And I just hope that they seen a team that just overcame so much adversity through a game and stuck together and just able to get a win.
Gutsy. Thanks. Appreciate it. Brad?
CJ, I think everybody saw that. Great game. All-purpose record, broke his own mark from a couple of weeks ago. Big win for Clemson, 40-24. That's going to wrap it up from Death Valley. For Todd Blackley, Jaron Andrews, and our entire ESPN crew, I'm Brad Nessler saying so long from Clemson. This has been a presentation of ESPN The World.